just about trends, but we are just about the facts. Yes, real truths that we are going to go with, and it's going to be more beneficial to us. So briefly, let me give an introduction about myself. So Ibukun Comfort actually, and I'm a passionate nurse in training, an health educator, and the founder of Midas Health Series, a platform dedicated to helping the younger populace to thrive in health. And I'm glad to be the moderator of this section, of this particular discussion, of this webinar. And trust me, it's going to be an amazing one. So, but before we move further, this is RTC Foundation, and I'm so glad to have each and every one of us here. Our founder in person of Dr. Benedicta, she's here with us, but at the moment, she won't be able to speak. So possibly before the end of the session, she would have a chance to speak with us. Yes. So I also have, for the webinar, we have other two speakers who are also here to enlighten us about bleaching. Trust me, a whole lot of us think that bleaching is the best way to take care of our skin. And one amazing fact that we all need to know is that skin is part of our health, and skin is the largest organ in the body. So we cannot take care of the internal organs without caring for the outside part of our body. It is very important. And I can say that majority of the participants here, we all are youth and young adults. And trust me, we all want to be glowing. We all want to be glowing in, physically, we all want to be glowing and also that, yes. So that is one of the main reasons that this particular webinar is stated, for us to know the real truth, the facts, not doing things wrongly. Not everything we do is right. And a lot of us think that we have to, bleach our skin like the way you put red oil on the fire to bleach it out. And then, no, you don't have to go to that extent. So on this note, I would like to bring up our first speaker to speak to us about this particular theme we are talking about. So our theme for this evening is bleaching. Yes, bleaching, for us to debunk the myths, and then bleaching your skin the right way. Bleaching your skin the right way. We'll be taking you through skincare routine, pimples, dark spots, and safe skincare. And we have seasoned speakers to take us through these particular sections as we go forward. So I'll be inviting our first speaker, but before that, I'd like to go through our bio for us to know who is coming to speak with us. Trust me, she's an expert, and we all must be ready to learn from her. Okay, so our first speaker is Miss Daniella Abena Anaa Kyei. She's a final year doctor of pharmacy student and the founder of SkincarebyDan. A skincare journey began with a personal battle with acne. That experience sparkled a passion to help others understand their skin and make confident, informed skincare choices and informed skincare choices. At SkincarebyDan, she focuses on simplifying skincare through science, education, and empathy, especially for teens and young adults navigating new skin changes, busy professionals with little time but big skin goals, everyday beginners who want to build a routine without confusion. If you ever need clarity, solution for your skin, this person is a go-to. She's very, very ready to help you. So ladies and gentlemen, with joy in my heart, let us make welcome our first speaker for this section in person of Miss Daniella Abena Please, you have the floor. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the warm introduction, Comfort. Good evening, everyone. As she mentioned, my name is Daniella Abena Anaa Kyei, and I am a skincare educator, a clinical pharmacy student, and the founder of SkincarebyDan. This is a brand that started from my personal skincare struggles and has now grown into a community passionate about healing skin the right way. Thank you so much, RTC Foundation, for organizing this impactful session. I believe people live here transformed with new habits about skincare. So today's session is titled Bleaching Your Skin the Right Way. And now I know that the word bleaching might raise eyebrows. I mean, how can I bleach my skin the right way? Because sometimes the word bleaching is negative. But don't worry at all. We are not here to promote harmful practices. Okay? We are here to unlearn, relearn, and understand what people truly mean when they say they want to bleach their skin and how to approach it in a safe, healthy way. So, without much ado, I would dive into today's session. So today, for the objectives of this session,
Nice.
I want us to start with something fun, okay? When you hear the word bleaching, what actually comes to your mind? What comes to your mind? You can drop it in the chat and then we'll revisit your answers, okay? You can drop them. What comes to your mind when you hear bleaching? You can drop them in the chat box so that you refer during the session as the session goes on. So please, we are waiting for the response. Drop your reactions. Like if you know anything about bleaching, you can talk about it right now, or you can share it in the chat box. So this session, for the session, I want to leave here. I want you to leave here not just informed but empowered. Okay, somebody is saying forcefully changing your color. That's true. As time goes on, I would revisit what you have said and we'll know what bleaching actually is and what to avoid and what you have to adapt. The thinking habits you have to adapt. Okay, Mustafa is saying using soaps and creams to change your color. That's true. Great. So thank you for your responses. We'll dive into the objectives of this session. So the first objective is to define the difference between bleaching and brightening, right? Because there's a very huge gap between the two. Bleaching and brightening are two different terms, and then after this session, we'll be able to know the difference. And then the second objective of this session is to expose the danger or understand the dangers of common harmful skincare lightening influences that are often unregulated. I'm sure some of you have heard of mercury, lead, hydroquinone on the market. These substances are unregulated, and some of them are being used in skincare products for bleaching. Yeah? And the third objective is to teach you how to treat pimples and dark spots safely without damaging your skin barrier. Okay. We'll identify safe and effective routines for treating pimples and dark spots. And I'll show you affordable and beginner-friendly skincare products that actually work. Also, I'll encourage you to build healthy skincare habits because healing your skin is not just about what you use, but how you see yourself. This is not about fast results or miracle creams. This is about long-term sustainable skincare that protects your health and your confidence. So we've already discussed this, and I can see that some of you have dropped your answers in the chat. Yeah. Please, can you hear me? If you can hear me, drop something in the. I heard somebody just said she can't hear me. Please, can you hear me?
Please, can you hear me? Okay. So I'll take the objectives of this session again. So I think I have to start all over. So I was saying that most people
very
don't
good.
bleach because they want to be lighter. Okay, they want clearer skin. That's it. They want fewer breakouts. They want an even tone. They want to wake up, look in the mirror, and then see a healthy glow without makeup, right? But then this may not be the issue. This may not be the issue that people want to change their skin, is that they want to heal it. And then unfortunately, they end up bleaching their skin. So it's not intentional. Sometimes it's not intentional. I'm a victim, okay? I'm a victim. We'll get there. I'll talk about it. So the objectives of this session is all about helping you to live here, not just informed, but empowered. And this is what we'll be covering today. The first objective is to define the difference between bleaching and brightening, because there's a huge gap between the two. And then the second objective is to expose the dangers of common harmful skin lightening ingredients that are often unregulated. Examples: mercury, lead, hydroquinone. I'm sure some of you have heard of hydroquinone. It's unregulated, but then I can see that some people use them in their products for bleaching. Okay, yeah. And then the third objective is to teach you how to treat pimples and dark spots safely without damaging your skin barrier. I would recommend affordable, beginner-friendly skincare products for you, and then encourage you to build skincare habits, healthy skincare habits, which would, because healing your skin is not just about what you use, but how you see yourself. So confidence and everything also counts. And this is not about fast results or miracle creams at all. It's about long-term sustainable skincare that protects your skin, your health, and your confidence, right? So we can move to the next itinerary. So I asked, before the session, I asked that some of you should, talk about bleaching. What comes to your mind when you hear bleaching? And like from the chat, some of you said changing your color from brown to white or black to white. Some also said corroding your skin, achieving a fairer complexion, using soaps and creams to change your skin color. All right. But then the thing is, what do people actually want? So, like I said earlier, most people don't really want lighter skin. What they actually want is clearer skin, an even skin tone, that healthy glow, okay, and confidence with or without makeup. But because we associate these results with bleaching, many people end up using harsh products, hoping to fix their breakouts, hyperpigmentation, or dull skin quickly. So we need to address the bigger issue here. What bleaching really is and why it's hurting more people than it is helping. Can we please move to the next slide? Yes. So what people actually want: clearer skin, not necessarily lighter skin, even skin tone with fewer breakouts, a healthy glow without makeup, confidence in their natural skin tone. Please, the next slide. Now, bleaching. What is bleaching? Bleaching your skin usually means altering your natural skin tone using harmful chemicals like mercury, steroids, and unregulated hydroquinone. Now, these chemicals, they may give you fast results, all right, but then the side effects are very serious. And then the risk you can see include acne rebound. Maybe you are using product that contains steroids, okay, and then you think, oh, these products cleared your skin up, but then as time goes on, these pimples would resurface on your skin. They don't give you long-term positive results. Yeah. And then another risk you can also see is stain-sensitive skin. Personally, I've gone through this bleaching phase before. I realized that my skin became very thin and then sensitive. Yes, it didn't really get worse. I was able to treat it immediately. But yeah, that's what you can also see: stain-sensitive skin. You can also see green veins or stretch marks. Some people, when they start bleaching, you realize that they start getting stretch marks, and then you realize that you see some green veins on your skin. This is all because of the bleaching process. And then it can also lead to long-term damage to your kidney. Yes, and it can also lead to skin cancer. So when people say they want to bleach, what they often need is a better understanding or how to treat their skin and not to damage it. Now, I want to talk about the difference between brightening and then bleaching. For bleaching, the process is very harsh, and then you see fast results, all right, but then your skin tone will be altered, and then there's short-term damage. But for brightening, it's gentle, it is also safe, and then you realize that your skin tone will be even out, no multicolored skin tone. Yeah. And then there's long-term healthy glow. You can see the glow, like without, nobody will tell you that your skin is glowing, you will see the glow. And then for bleaching, you also see that the harsh chemicals strip your melanin. Melanin is the pigment in your skin that prevents your skin from, in simple terms, like that keeps your skin pigment, the color. So if you are dark, melanin helps, it maintains your skin color. So when you start using bleaching products, this is what happens. Your the melanin production will be inhibited, and that's how come your skin starts to become lighter and lighter. You start becoming fairer and fairer. Yes. So the harsh chemicals in these bleaching products tend to strip your melanin. Okay, but with brightening, there are safe ingredients. Okay, that fade the dark spots, and then you see results that are slow. Skincare is a journey. If you want fast results, no, that's not it. So normally these bleaching products, you realize that some of them, they've written 3 days on them, 7 days, see results in 7 days. And then you'll be so happy, oh, I want to see results in 7 days. But in skincare, that's not how skincare works. My skincare journey, for instance, I have used, let's say I had issues with my skin from 2021. And let's say I've been in this journey for like 5 good years. And if you look at the results, like I'm glad I was able to, embark on this journey. If you want fast results, skincare is not for you. And for bleaching products, you realize that your skin color will change, but then for brightening, you restore your natural glow just in case you lost it. So your skin tends to brighten up, but then you will not bleach. Yes. And then for skin bleaching, it's risky, very risky, but then for brightening, it's very safe. Yeah. So the number one skincare routine mistake we usually find ourselves in. Let's talk about the right way, what contributes to the damaged skin beside the harsh creams. So one is using miracle creams with unknown mixtures. You see a product somewhere, they'll be like, oh, when you use this product, your skin you'll be glowing and you'll be so happy, and you go and get it. There's no there are no ingredients on the packaging, nothing for you to even check it. But then when you use it, you realize that your skin, you tend to bleach. And then if you're inconsistent with your routine, that's another thing that's another mistake that can contribute to damaged skin. If you don't use sunscreen, this one is a game changer. If you are using any skincare product and you're not using sunscreen, you're not doing it right, because one, as you are treating, you have to protect your skin. The UV rays tend to, damage what you are treating. So as you treat, you must protect. And then another thing is mixing too many actives without guidance. Like, I want to mention some products that you cannot combine. Let's say using, I want to be as simple as soon as, like, I want to be simple, so that you get to know. Using products like tretinoin, okay, and then using it with vitamin C at the same time. Doing this combination can irritate your skin barrier, okay? So bleaching doesn't only result to damaged skin, but these habits, like using miracle creams without knowing what's in them, being inconsistent with your routine, and then not using your sunscreen, mixing too many actives, can contribute to your skin getting damaged, okay? And many of us fall into these traps. Maybe you bought a cream from someone who said, oh, it's working 3 days. Or maybe you started a routine and dropped it after 1 week. You were expecting results. No, that's not how skincare works. You have to be consistent. Don't worry, after this session, you will know how to build the routine the right way. Now to the next slide, the safe skincare routine we have here. So let's talk about the right way to care for your skin, especially if you are dealing with pimples and then dark spots. It doesn't have to be complicated, okay? You just need a consistent routine, like morning and night. So for morning, one, let me talk about this before I proceed. Before you start using any skincare product, you have to know your skin type. It's very key. There are about 5 skin types. You have oily skin, you have dry skin, you have sensitive skin, you have combination skin. So after here, I think I'll drop the test in the RTC Health Educators group, so that after this session, you'll be able to do this test, and then you'll be able to know your skin type, so that it will help you or guide you to know the right products to use. When you're going to buy a product, you know the type to buy and all, because not all the products on the market are for your skin type. You can have a dry skin. It doesn't mean you should go and use a product that's for oily skin. Please, you understand me? Yeah. So for morning routine, normally there are 3 basic steps in having a skincare routine. You have the cleansing, you have moisturizing, and then the application of the sunscreen. That's the most basic skincare routine you can have. So cleanse. So for your morning routine, you can have the gentle cleanser. You can also have vitamin C or niacinamide toner in your routine. You can also have the moisturizer, and you can also have the sunscreen. So for the cleanser would, help to strip the dead skin cells, okay, or anything that is not supposed to be on your face. I want to be simple so that everybody will understand me. Yes. And then vitamin C, for instance, it's used in brightening. So instead of going for these bleaching products, I would encourage you to go for vitamin C, because vitamin C has brightening effects and it's very safe. It's safe. But before that, you know that there are rules to everything. You have to know how to use these products. Normally, vitamin C products should be used in the morning, and then they work best when you add a sunscreen to it, because sunscreen, when you use vitamin C without the sunscreen, you only get darker. I'm sure some of you have used vitamin C serums and you don't understand why you were getting darker. Check if you were using a sunscreen, or maybe you were using it too much, or you were using it 2 times a day. Usually should be used once, and as your skin builds tolerance, you increase the frequency. Yes, so for morning, you can do a basic skincare routine like having a gentle cleanser, vitamin C or niacinamide, or a moisturizer, which would help retain moisture, which will also help to protect your skin barrier. And then the sunscreen, which will help to protect your skin from the sun, the UV rays. Yes. And for evening, you can also do cleanser. You can do the treatment serum like tranexamic acid. Tranexamic acid is one skincare ingredient that is used for hyperpigmentation. So if you have uneven skin tone or dark spots or anything, I would recommend that you get tranexamic acid. Okay. Instead of going for these 3 days, seeing results in 3 days or 7 days, go for tranexamic acid. And then you add your moisturizer. So you can see some products here. We have the simple refreshing wash. We have Anua serum and Balance vitamin C serum. Also have the simple blemish gel moisturizer. If you want to start your skincare routine, you can DM me, and then I'll help you go through the process. You don't have to fret at all. Notice that I didn't say 10 products too. I said you should start small. You don't need a fancy 12-step routine to see results. What you need is consistency with the right products. As soon as you find what works for you, stick to that product, maintain those products. As time goes on, you can add more, but you don't have to, it's not necessary to have 10 products on your shelf that you're doing skincare. No, you can start small. Start small, start with what you can afford. As time goes on, you can build capacity. Yeah. So now, I want to talk about affordable product recommendations, right? Because good skincare doesn't have to break the bank. That's what I believe in. You don't have to break the bank to, take good care of your skin, okay? And here are beginner-friendly products that are accessible. So for pimples, if you have pimples, you can go for Panoxyl. But Panoxyl contains benzoyl peroxide, and benzoyl peroxide is very good for treating acne. So if you have active acne, pimples, look for, when you're buying a product, search the ingredients, where the ingredients are. Search for benzoyl peroxide. You can search for salicylic acid. You can also search for tretinoin. Tretinoin is very good for acne too. Just that it's uncomfortable when you start, but then it's worth it, because while you start using tretinoin, you realize that all the pimples will come at the surface, and then as time goes on, it will clear up. So that's the process called purging. Everything will just come to the surface, and then as time goes on, they will just clear up. So if you want to treat your pimples correctly, please look for products containing benzoyl peroxide, tretinoin, salicylic acid. They help to unclog pores, okay? And then for that spot, you can go for good molecules discoloration serum. You can go for the ordinary alpha arbutin. Like alpha arbutin is also good for hyperpigmentation, dark spots, and all of that. And then for moisturizers, you can go for budget-friendly ones like the simple hydrating light moisturizer. This moisturizer is good for oily skin especially. And then the replenishing rich is good for the dry. If you have dry skin, you can go for simple replenishing rich moisturizer. You can also opt for CeraVe. And then for sunscreen, this is very important. You can go for Skin Aqua. The pictures are here. So if you want to go for them, you can send me a DM before you start the routine, and I would help you with your skincare journey. You can also have Bio UV, very affordable on the market. Yes. Now I want to talk about my skincare journey. Back in 2021, I was someone who never had pimples, and I didn't have dark spots. Like I never knew I would get dark spots, but look at what God did here. So the first one, that was when I started having blemishes, the acne, and something happened. Back to the topic of discussion today, bleaching. Yes. So I was using a product and I didn't know that it was, bleaching my skin. So my skin tone just became some way. But then my skin currently, you can see the glow now. The products I'm using are working, and I've been consistent. Emphasis on consistency. You have to be consistent to see results. Yes. So when you find something that works for you, please don't change it. When you see something on TikTok, oh, this thing is good for clearing this, please research or find somebody who can guide you on your skincare journey. Okay. And then when you find the products, you check the ingredients, like what is in it, know what to combine and what's not to combine. But before that, know your skin type before you start your skincare journey. That one is very important. Also, patch tests, like test the product on your skin before you start using it consistently. Yes. So this is what I will share for now. I tried quick fixes. I mixed creams. I used harsh products a lot. But nothing really worked for me. And so I slowed down. I understood my skin. Another thing worth mentioning is if you're a lady here and you're about to have, maybe it's that time of the month, okay? It's that time of the month and you're about to have your, let's say, menstruation, okay? And you're using a skincare product. Please don't think maybe the skincare product is not working. If you know your skin, let's say personally, I have sensitive skin and I have oily skin. I know that some days I can have pimples, dark spots and all of that. But when I'm using this product, I know that, oh, they will go because I know my skin. I know that as time goes on, I'll get these breakouts. You won't get clear skin 24/7. Like as time goes on, you will be breaking out here and there. So when these things happen, don't fret, like don't be scared. Know your skin. If you know your skin and these things are happening, you won't be so anxious and all of that. And now another thing I want to mention too is when you start using skincare products and you start seeing reactions, the purging, please don't stop because it's bringing everything out. So you have to be consistent so that it will clear up on its own. Yes, but then when you find your skin itching, when you see signs like itching or redness, that's when you realize that no, your skin is reacting to the product. So you have to, put the product on hold. Please understand. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the chats. I would attend to them. Yeah. So I think these are my final blow up words. My other colleague would also come and talk about some of the skincare rules. And then if you have any questions, we'll talk more about the skincare habits, not touching your face. If you have pimples, don't avoid touching your face. Avoid it. It's not a good habit at all. And when you are done with your skincare routine, please don't sleep immediately. Wait for about 20 to 30 minutes so that the skincare product will sink into your, your skin, your skin pores, okay? Because if you sleep immediately, one, your pillowcase would, rub the product off and then you'll be wasting products. Two, when this thing happens, it can breed bacteria and then you'll not see the results you want to see. You realize that you will start getting acne, more acne. And then three, the friction between your skin and then the pillowcase can cause redness. So when you're done with your skincare, please wait for some time, like 20 to 30 minutes before you sleep, you go to bed. Wash your pillowcase regularly. If your pillowcase has been washed 1 week after this session, go and wash it. If you are doing your skincare, and that sometimes seeing results, if you want to see results, it's having good habits plus having good products plus consistency. You can have good products, but if your habits are bad, you won't see the results you want to see. And if you have the good products and you're not consistent enough, you won't see the results you want to see. So it's a balance. Like you have to balance your skincare habits, good skincare habits, balance, consistency, and then having the good products for your skin. That's where you can see the results you want to see. Yes. So my final words for today, you don't need to bleach your skin. All you have to do is to treat it. And you don't need fast results. You need consistent care. Skincare is a journey. It's a journey. If you don't have patience and consistency, you won't be able to see the results you want to see. And then your glow is in healing, not harming. You were never meant to blend into a dangerous beauty standard. Your skin deserves to be seen, nourished, and celebrated the way God made it. So this is the end of my talk for today. If you have any questions, we'll address it after the session. Thank you for your attention. You can connect with me too, and then, yeah. Thank you.
Wow, that's so wonderful. Can I see your emojis? Let's celebrate our speaker for this evening. This is wonderful. This is very, very wonderful. I must say I've learned a lot. And if you know you are not jotting anything down, then you are not doing it right. You have to jot it down. You have to jot it down. So we'll be bringing up our second speaker, but before then, I would like us to drop on the on our comment section what stood out for you in this particular section. Yes, what actually stood out for you in this section? You can drop it on the chat box. Please drop it on the chat box. What stood out for you on this particular section? For me, what stood out for me is consistency. Consistency. And one other funny thing, but true, that stood out for me is the fact that I need to wash my pillowcase. You need to wash your pillowcase, actually. It is very, very true. You need to wash your pillowcase. So I'll be bringing up our second speaker. I'll read a bio right away. Okay. So our second speaker is Mohammed Memunatu, a level 100 dietetic student with a passion for empowering women and the girl child. As a future dietitian, she's committed to helping individuals achieve optimal health through balanced nutrition. Beyond academics, she's dedicated to advocating for the rights and empowerment of women and girls, believing that healthy communities start with empowered individuals. She's excited to pursue a passion and make positive impact in her community. Ladies and gentlemen, I warmly want to welcome our second speaker in person of Memunatu Mohammed. You have the floor, please.
Hi. Hello. Good evening. I've already been introduced, but I would still say my name. My name is Mohammed Memunatu Mohammed, and I'm talking about how dye contribute to pimples or dark spots. But my first speaker has already said a lot about pimples and dark spots. There are differences. Let me just highlight some points on it. There is one called papules. It is a small inflamed and painful bump. We have blackheads, that's a speck of dirt in the open pores, or a dark spots in the bump. We have white heads, that's bumps that are white or yellowish in appearance. We have nodules. These are rounded, unusually shaped, that are deep in the skin and very painful. There's one to call the pustules. These are rounded rings which can cause scars. And the last one is the cyst. This is a thick yellow or white fluid composed of a dead white blood cells and a bacteria. First, let me go on my main what I want to share with you this evening. Someone would ask, does diet have any contribution to pimples and dark spots? Yes, it is. Actually, I have a witness too, but she's not here. The thing is, yes, it is. Although it is not the main cause of pimples, scientists have shown that and believe that low glycemic diets may reduce acne because this may eliminate spikes in your blood sugar. Yes. When your blood sugar spikes, it causes inflammation throughout your body and may cause your body to produce more sebum, which is from the sebaceous gland, leading to acne. Acne is the disease and pimple is a symptom of it. Please, let's take notes. Certain diets may reduce acne breakouts. Let's say diets like consuming omega-3 fatty acid, such as example of those food that will give you omega-3 fatty acid. We have mackerel, salmon, sardines, and a whole lot. We have fewer dairy products, pastured eggs, soybeans and soy products like soy milk, dawa, all those stuffs, spinach, grass-fed beef, walnuts and almonds, etc. You can search more about foods that have high, low glycemic index. Someone would ask, what is glycemic index? Okay, glycemic index determines how fast and high a type of food can raise your blood sugar. So it would be better if you are on a treatment for pimples and dark spots. It would be better if you are able to study the kinds of food that when you take or when you consume, it's able to trigger these pimples and dark spots. So please take notes. And yes, I'll also like to talk about bleaching. I know my sister has already said a lot about it, but I would also like to say, but please, if someone is having a question, please you can ask me so that I would respond to that. Yes. Skin bleaching, also known as skin lightening, is the practice of using chemical substance in attempt to lighten the skin or provide an even skin color by reducing the melanin concentration in the skin. Yes, someone would buy a bleach, not purposely for like just brighten the skin, just to get a fairer skin. Someone would be like, I want a caramel skin, I want this skin, this color skin. But it depends on the types of bleaches that you buy. Some have active ingredients like hydroquinone, tretinoin, kojic acid, glutathione, alpha, so and a whole lot. But you'll have to check for one that wouldn't bring you any bad effects. Although everything has effects, but you should be, according to studies, they say that prolonged use to some bleaching products. Of course, those who contain mercury may lead to mercury toxicity. Good bleaching products may age spots, melasma, freckles, marks for eczema, and psoriasis. So if you buy a bleaching for the purpose of maybe trying to clear a scar, maybe dark spots and things, you should look out for good products. Products that do not contain high amount of hydroquinone or maybe mercury, so that you would get an even tone. Please, is anyone having a question? So here's a picture of the types of pimples that I've mentioned. It's here. You can vividly see what I explain, what they are. They are very, very painful. Although if you want to know more, these are my references. So please, if there's any question, I would like to know. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Memunatu Mohammed. Yes, I must tell that this is very, very educative. Yeah, one thing I picked here was about the omega-3 fatty acid. And we should also look at what substances that contains mercury to prevent mercury toxicity. Yeah, so if you have questions, please do well to drop the questions on the chat box. Please do well to drop the questions on the chat box. Please do well to drop the questions on the chat box. Okay, so but before the meeting ends, please can you hear me? So before the meeting ends, I would like us to also drop what we learned from this particular section. It's very important. What you learned from this section, please drop it.
Hello, good evening. Can I ask a question right now?
Yes,
Please,
please.
Hello?
yes, please,
Hi,
you
yes,
can.
please. You can.
All right. So sorry for coming in late to the question. I had something like omega-3 fatty acid. Can you try to expatiate on that so I can be clear with it? Are you saying it's good or you are saying it's not good? I want to be
Yes,
clear with that. Thank you very much.
yes, please. Omega-3 is good. Omega-3 is very good for the body itself. But in the treatment of, when you are on the treatment of pimples, you need to take foods with low glycemic index. Low glycemic food, that's when you take in, it would not rise your blood sugar, so that it would help in the fast treatments of your pimples, what you are treating. Please, is your question answered?
So in a nutshell, you're saying that if I have pimples, I should reduce my intake of omega-3 fatty acid or something like that. Is that what you're trying to
No,
say?
you are encouraged to be taking such foods.
Such?
Yes, such food that contain omega-3 fatty acids,
All right, okay.
which is
If I
a
have,
low diet.
if I,
Yes.
okay, if I have pimples, I'm encouraged to eat food that contains omega-3 fatty acid. It will help in reducing it, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, please. It will help in your treatment too.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm clear with that question. Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
All right, thank you. Please, if you have any other question, feel free to drop it on the chat box or you unmute your mic and speak. Okay, while at that, I'd like to bring up our speakers again to give us their final words, or should I call it summary? Yes, just the final words before we close the section, because a summary of what they've said for it to stick better, and for adventure, any of us has missed maybe one or two things while they were speaking or we felt confused. In this summary, I'm sure they are going to touch it a bit. They are going to touch it a bit. Okay, so I'll be bringing on our first speaker back, and just for 2 to 3 minutes to summarize what she has said about bleaching. Please, you have the floor, Ms. Daniella Abena Kyei. Thank you.
Hello.
Please, we can hear you.
So what I'll leave with everyone is you should not bleach. You don't need to bleach your skin. You need to treat, as I mentioned earlier, you don't need fast results. You need consistent care. Your glow is in healing and not in harming. Skincare is a journey. Take it one step at a time. Okay. Sometimes you can be on a skincare journey, like you are on your routine, and then today you see good results. It happens most of the time. Some of my clients will be like, when I ask them, oh, how is your skincare journey going? Some of them will be like, they don't want to talk too much because they believe if they talk too much that about their skin being so nice, the pimples would come back again. Yeah, but that's not how it works. Sometimes the hormones can play a role too and all of that. So when you are on your skincare journey today, you are seeing good results. and tomorrow maybe you wake up with pimples or maybe dark spots or anything, don't fret, continue, be consistent, be patient, and then in the long run, you see the results you want to see. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I believe we should go with this, that skincare routine is a journey. It is not a destination. It is a journey. It is not a destination. So don't expect miracle over the night. Don't expect
Yeah.
something to, just something to turn over just over the night. Skincare is not a journey. Sorry, skincare is not a miracle journey. It's not miracle. It's a journey on its own. And with time, you're going to get the desired result. You're going to get the desired result. And so
Yeah.
one thing I wanted us to also pick from this section is, from what she mentioned, was that good habits plus good products plus consistency is going to give you a very good result. So you need to have good habits, especially personal hygiene. You have to,
Yes.
your pillowcase, don't forget, wash it. This night, after this particular section, wash your pillowcase. It is very dirty. I can see it from here. So good habits plus good products. Also try and get good products. And she highlights some products during a presentation. We have SPF, sunscreen, and a whole lot of that. So
I
okay.
also want to add that the products I mentioned during the session, you don't have to go get them and start using them just like that. You have to know the rules about something like tretinoin, for instance. When you go and get it, some people use it every day. Like, I mean, tretinoin, you're using it every day. That's not how it's supposed to be used. It's supposed to be used 2 to 3 times a week at night. So there are rules to everything. So the fact that I've mentioned them in the discussion doesn't mean you should go and get them and start using them just like that. You have to have maybe somebody guiding you. If you have any questions or anything, you can send me a DM and then I would help you with your routine. It doesn't mean you should go and get these products and start using them like that. No, there are rules to everything. And if you need clarity on them, you can send me a DM and I'll help you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
All right, thank you for that. So the point is that there is a how to everything. You don't just do things anyhow. Rules guide everything, and there are principles that governs everything. So you don't have to, because it is good, doesn't mean that you can use it. She mentioned that you have to understand your skin. There are oily skin, there are dry skin, and a lot of that. So you cannot get what is meant for oily skin for a dry skin. So the fact that it is good doesn't mean that it is good for you. Hold on to that. And as well as second speaker, Ms. Memunatu Mohammed, I wanted us to just give us a final word or a summary of what she has said earlier. Please, you have the floor, Ms. Memunatu. Thank you.
Okay. All I would say is that in treatment of pimples and dark spots, it is just it is a long-term thing. So you'll have to be patient and be consistent with what you are doing. Follow the precautions strictly. If you still use the products that my other sister have said and still you're having problems with it, it would be much better if you visit a dermatologist, or if possible, a dietitian too, so that in case in the journey you maybe when you're taking certain foods you feel that your pimples get increasing, or maybe your acne is getting severe, she might also come in there and help you. So it would be much better if you visit a dermatologist to know much. That's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I want to believe each and every one of us has learned one or two things from this particular section. If nothing, you should have learned that you need good habits, you need consistency, you need to get good products as well. And you must also know that bleaching is different from brightening. Yes, you must also understand skincare routine and knowing your skin type, which is very, very important. So before we end this section, I also want to let you know that RTC Foundation, we have our social media pages across all platforms. We have it on, you can find us on LinkedIn, RTC Foundation, on Facebook, on Instagram as well. You can find us there. So please follow, like, and share. And as well as our speakers, we have Ms. Daniella Abena Anaa Kyei. You can follow on LinkedIn and other social media platforms. And so
Please, can I quickly ask one question? Sorry for.
uh, Please go.
Huh? Can I?
Please go.
Thank you so much. Right, I asked a question. I was asked to drop a chart on the platform, which I did, but I've not gotten a response for that. Like I told you, I joined the class very late because I had another prior meeting, so I got into the class very late. So I want to know if I can have how I can get access to this program, this seminar we just did now, so I can actually listen to everything, all instructions given,
All
and
right.
how to do
There
it
is a
properly.
reply there. So the link is there. You can watch it on our YouTube channel, RTC Foundation. So the link is there right there. So you can click on it and then you can rewatch the session on our YouTube channel, RTC Foundation. I hope you agree. Okay, so in the absence of none, I would like to bring up Dr. Benedicta to say something while we close the meeting. Doctor, please, you have the floor.
Hello, everyone. Can you please hear me?
Yes,
Yes, we
please,
can
we
hear
can hear
you.
you.
All right. Thank you all so much. Unfortunately I couldn't listen because I'm at work, but I appreciate you all and I want to say thank you all so much. I would have to sit down and listen because you guys shared so much, but unfortunately, as I said, I couldn't listen, but I really want to thank you all so much for coming. The effort you put, I saw the slides and I realized that you sat down to put in a lot of work. So thank you all so much for all who joined. We really appreciate you. Thank you and thank you again. So have a good night.
All right, thank you so much from RCC Foundation. We love you and your health is our priority. Good night, everybody. See you. Bye.
Bye.